Now that I've earned the Platinum Trophy for Asphalt's Legends Unite, I'm going to be showing off basically the game and doing like sort of a quick review of it after earning the Platinum Trophy. So there's a few different requirements that require you to complete the Platinum. Ideally that's 40 seasons and earning 800 flags, but I'll get to those in a moment. So basically, Asphalt Legends Unite is a racing game under the Asphalt umbrella and is developed by Gameloft. Now, of course, you can already see that there's a lot going on here, so I'm going to take things one at a time. Basically, the game does feature a career mode, and in fact, the career mode is actually quite expansive. Each of these boxes that you see here is one season, and those seasons then have a bunch of races in them. So say for example, this one that we have here, this is the Class C Novice season and has about 14 different races in it, and I'm sure you've noticed these flag symbols on the races as I go over them. Basically, these flags are individual goals that you complete within the race, and of course if you are able to complete more flags in a single go, because you can only complete a flag once. Say if I take this lighthouse race as an example, on the top right you've got win the race, perfect nitro, shockwave. If you do win the race and perfect nitros, you'll earn extra credits, adding to your money or your credit count as a bonus. But when you go back into that race, those two will have already been completed, and so the only one you can complete after that, your second time around, would be the 2 shockwaves as an example. So yeah, the game features a massive campaign and I really do like it, but there's a few different problems with the campaign. One thing I'll do is I'll go all the way over to chapter 3 here to case and point, or it's actually in chapter 4 I should say really. Case and point here in the Class A Rookie. That symbol on the top left, the orange car, signifies that whatever vehicle I need to complete this race is actually not a vehicle that I own. And in fact, it's very hard to get vehicles in this game because basically you need to get cards of vehicles. So on the top left you'll see 2 out of 35 McLaren P1. Basically this is the card I have to have in order to complete this race, but because I don't have it I can't participate at all. So I need to get 35 copies of the McLaren P1 card in order to unlock the vehicle. And this is actually a massive gripe that I have with the game. Unlocking cars is a massive pain, and upgrading cars is an even more massive pain. Because say for example, we have this McLaren P1 here. Then I head off to the garage to just select one of my cars, one that's not max stars. So you can see the stars. Basically when you unlock a car, it'll be 1 star to begin with. But then notice here the Porsche Cayman here. Basically, after I upgraded enough, I'll need to increase the number of stars. But the problem is, in order to rank up my Cayman, I need another 8 copies of this car. Yes, so not only do you need to get a bunch of cards that you get from packs to unlock cars, you also need additional copies to then upgrade it further. And as we go on, there are cars that are 4 stars, there are cars that are 5 stars, and then you'll come across cars that are 6 stars. And I mean, the amount you can upgrade after unlocking a 6-star car, like if you unlock a car that has a maximum of 6 stars, your ability to upgrade per star is much less than say, so for example, this Jaguar, let's use this Jaguar, yeah. So basically you get it at a starting of 3089 and it can only go up to 3229. So basically you can only increase the power level of this car by about 150. But then if we go back to like say the Chevy Camaro down here, I can currently increase it by another 400, and if I of course get another 50 copies to rank it up to a 3-star, it could probably hit higher than 2000. Basically the growth potential in cars is much greater the less stars it has, because you need to rank it up less as a result. So it's just this confusing mess that shouldn't be in this game. In fact, it should be more like Asphalt 8, where you can buy cars with credits. not, this randomness factor of opening packs. And speaking of opening packs, I'm actually going to show you me opening a pack right now, because basically you just go in, you look at the cars, and then you just try to open one. These Asphalt Unite packs that I'm showing you right now, you get access to a free pack every 3 hours. So you do need to log in, and from right now, 3 hours later, I'll be getting access to a new pack. It's just not worth doing most of the time, but I mean, when you get a chance to open it, I mean, sure, but the rewards aren't that great, all things considered. And if you have a card that is of max stars, so for example, this DSE Tense, I've already got it at 3 stars. So instead, that copy is going to be turned into trade tokens. What are these trade tokens? Well, let me show you. So here are the other pack types as well. Premium packs, which use tokens for currency, and the bonus pack, which you get 5 packs of per day. And of course, the classic pack, which is only available once every 3 hours. But you might be thinking, okay, you've got these trade tokens. Well, what can you do with them? Basically, you have the Legend Store. Here you can actually buy stuff that becomes available using credits, using tokens, which, by the way, are never worth it. When you want to use the tokens, use them only on the... where is it? The premium packs here. Only use it on that. Don't use it on anything else, because nothing else is worth it. And if you do happen to actually open packs that way, make sure to do it past level 10, because otherwise you're not going to get any good stuff, if I'm being completely honest. But basically on the right here, stuff that you can buy with the trade tokens, there's only 2 things that you can use. The rest of the stuff is bought either using credits, which you earn by playing through the campaign, or tokens, which can also be earned by playing through the campaign, or you can buy with premium currency. Speaking of which, I think you might have noticed there's a lot of microtransactions in this game. It's because there is a lot of microtransactions. In fact, I don't know why the hell there is so many, because this is actually another one of my huge problems with the game. So basically, if you don't have access to certain cars, the game will practically incentivize you to buy cars that fit the criteria for you to be able to continue playing the campaign. But on top of that, everything can be purchased in this game. Tier bundles for the battle pass for this game can be purchased. Starter packs can also be purchased. Packs of relating to a specific class can also be purchased. Car bundles, pack bundles with tokens and credits. And of course, keeping in mind that you need copies of cards in order to get access to the car, but then you need additional copies of these cards to get access to higher upgrades for these cars. They cycle in and out fairly often. Again, the only thing worth getting from the store are just the 3 things you see in front of you: the bonus pack, which you get 5 times each day, the classic pack once every 3 hours, and the premium pack only after you've hit garage level 10, which takes a while to get there. But increasing your garage level largely involves around buying, getting new cars, upgrading cars, star up your cars, so increasing the number of stars your cars are associated with. And of course, you see this symbol, this buy pack on the left, for example, for the Ferrari SF90 at 1,500 of these tokens. Those tokens are actually the premium currency. So if I go all the way down here, also these are all different types of packs you can buy, but I don't think they've ever really been worth it. And also, if you're going to buy anything, the Legend Store will at least guarantee stuff that you can get. So if you want to spend credits on anything, this is probably the place to do it. But anyway, moving on from that to the actual microtransactions, there's a bunch of them, and they're all really, really damn expensive. None of the stuff is worth it. I cannot recommend. But if I were to recommend one thing, it would certainly be... I'm just gonna back out of here, back out of the campaign, and we're gonna back out some more to the Unite Pass. So, another thing I really, really hate about this game is that the game, when you play through a race in the campaign, you will use 1 unit of fuel. You may have noticed when I was looking through my cars that there was a unit of fuel, but when I was going through the campaign, there was no mention of a unit of fuel. because if you have the Unite Pass, which only lasts for about 2 weeks or something like that, you will pretty much have unlimited fuel in your campaign. So when you play through the campaign, you will have unlimited fuel. And you get other bonuses like whatever is on the Unite Pass track. So that involves additional card packs, additional car blueprints. I suppose that's what they're called. They're not called cards, they're called blueprints technically. A bunch of tokens, and of course like increase of certain aspects like boosting your reputation, boosting the trade coins you get, and giving your cars extra gas when you go through and play through some of the daily events, which daily events do require you to use fuel from your cars, even though, you know, you've got unlimited fuel in places like the campaign. And of course, daily events are a massive grind as well, above all else, and among other things that are going on in this game. So, and you might have noticed the campaign is pretty massive, and that's largely because the campaign is just this mess of a grind. It's not really worth it in any way, shape, or form to play through. In fact, I feel like I'm just really like being negative about the game, and there's a good reason for that, because this game is not particularly great. Everything that I've talked about, everything that I've looked at is incredibly negative aspects of the game. Don't buy the game, don't play the game, because like everything can be bought through microtransactions. The game intentionally stops you from playing it because, you know, you have a fuel counter in the game that doesn't really help you, or rather stops you from wanting to even be able to play the game. Then you've got stuff like the fact that it takes forever to actually progress through, and if you did want to play through the game without spending any money, you are largely going to be spending a lot of time waiting. With that being said, however, at least a couple of positive aspects that I can at least talk about the game is that the game is at least nice to look at and feels really good to play. The arcade aspect is quite nice, and it's cool to actually be able to play this game on a console. I accidentally put touch drive on, so that was my bad. But yeah, no, this game is actually still very fun to play. Like I said, the game looks good. There is a small variety of courses and game modes, but the problem is that the game modes that are here do get very bland very quickly, so that's probably also worth talking about. I was a little slow to hit left and crash pretty much, but yeah, I think there's not a lot of positive things to say about this game. Again, it's more so just gameplay is good, having a lot of fun playing through it. That's all nice and all, but again, the problem largely revolves around practically everything else about the game. The progression is really bad. Everything can be bought through microtransactions. The fact that everything is, well, despite the fact that progression is balked because of the microtransactions, it's also not just the fact that, like, if you progress through the campaign and you need a very specific vehicle, more likely you will not even have access to the vehicle that you need. And this happens very, very often. I cannot stress enough how often I've needed a car that I don't have in order to progress my way through the campaign. Upgrading cars is a pain in the ass. Playing through the game is kind of a pain in the ass because of how grindy everything is in the game, how unnecessarily complex and bloated the actual campaign is. Microtransactions, as I said, upgrading cars is a pain, getting cars is a pain, events are incredibly grindy and don't feel like they're worth it at all. The game actively stops you from playing because of the fuel system. So just to give you an idea of what the fuel system looks like, I'll go play anyway on this event. Now it says here at the bottom, it says no gas consumption. That's because of the pass that I got. So I did actually pay for some microtransactions. I'm not going to say that I didn't, but also because the game makes it feel like it's an absolute necessity. So because I just wanted to kind of, complete the game as soon as possible. but also the absolute grind required to get credits to be able to even upgrade these things are also a massive pain in the ass itself. But basically, this is kind of like a short run through of like a bit of a review. I guess if I were to give this game out of a 10 scale, it would probably be a 3 out of 10. Like if I were to say 5 is average, 4 is bad, I would say 3 is horrible. Like it's not fun at all to play. I had to force myself through this game to earn the 917 flags you see in the career mode here. So I had to complete 917 different objectives, but also I had to complete 41 seasons because completing 40 seasons on the PS5 version, but when I jumped to the PS4 version, I had to complete at least one more season to unlock the trophies all over again on a separate trophy list, because unfortunately it does not carry over. But yeah, so I am going to pretty much exit this game and delete it once and for all. I only downloaded it to just do this review. This seemed like a bit of a rambly review, I'm pretty sure, but let me know what you guys think of this type of video, this type of format, or if you guys want me to kind of do things a little bit more structured. Again, a review does need some structure, and I feel like I've been repeating myself and rambling a little bit, and plus this video did go a little bit overly longer than usual. So again, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. But with all that being said, I do upload videos every day, so feel free to just comment below, like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, like I said, with all that being said and done, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.